What's up, Ragin Nation? How's it going? This is Alex, you watching the Ragin Nation show. This is just a web series where we're talking about all things matter me in the world of movies. Let's talk about comic book movies and upcoming comic book movies. I always talk about that, and I've been talking about that a lot lately just because there's been a lot of announcements lately. And well, I got another announcement for you guys, but before we talk about that, let's just go back in time and let's discuss about all the big announcements that have been coming out from all the various studios. First of all, Warner Brothers and DC Comics, of course, they've announced the Batman vs. Superman movie, Justice League movie, and Wonder Woman movie. So we got 3 titles coming out from Warner Brothers. As for Sony Studios, they got Spider-Man 3 and 4, and then the Sinister 6 movie, a Venom movie, so that's already 4 titles right there. As for Marvel Studios, they just announced Captain America 3, Thor 3, possible Doctor Strange, and that's it so far. And now 20th Century Fox, they recently announced X-Men Apocalypse, which is a direct sequel to X-Men Days of Future Past, and then producer of the X-Men movies, Lauren Schuller Donner, has just recently expressed her enthusiasm in having a movie made on the solo X-Men character of Gambit. Now that is pretty exciting, and what's really exciting is the fact that she really wants Channing Tatum to do it, to play Gambit, and also Channing Tatum expressed his enthusiasm to play Gambit. Now this is very exciting, because Gambit is a very cool character. Nothing is confirmed, nothing is signed, and nothing is official, but if they're going to make a Gambit movie, they know who they're going to cast, because they're both ready to, you know, get their Gambit on, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, the last time we saw Gambit was in X-Men Origins Wolverine. Now, first of all, X-Men Origins Wolverine wasn't a very good movie, and Gambit, portrayed by Taylor Kitsch, was not very good. He was just a very weak character portrayed in that movie, and now he's a very cool character in the comics, but in X-Men Origins Wolverine, Gambit was totally weak. Now, I don't mean physically weak, like as in he wasn't strong. I meant that his presence wasn't felt by the audience. His presence didn't make an impression on the audience. You didn't think of him, and you didn't see him, and then you didn't think like oh man, what a cool character. It wasn't like how Bryan Singer introduced Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler was awesome in X-Men X2 rather, X-Men United. I felt that we could have used more of him, but I also felt that he was a very cool introduction. I mean, he had a very cool introduction, and he was a great addition to the cast. Now, I didn't feel that at all when they introduced Gambit at all, because I just felt that every scene that he had was weak. Maybe it's all part of Taylor Kitsch's performance, but it's quite possible that they just couldn't write a good part for the role of Gambit in X-Men Origins Wolverine. Now, on the other hand, Channing Tatum, who knows the source material, and to top things off, to have him play Gambit. I think it's a successful working formula, but I don't think that it's going to work right now. Now, what I mean by that is that if you're going to make a Gambit movie to come out next year or the year after that, I don't think it'd be a popular movie. Now, the main reason why is a couple of things, and this is mainly because of a business decision. I don't think it's wise to release a Gambit standalone movie like X-Men Origins Gambit. I don't think that should happen right now, because I don't think that people really flock to the theaters to go watch it. The only people you're pulling in is X-Men fans, but that's not enough. The studios want a big box office take. Now, to do that, I think they should have Gambit as a role in X-Men Apocalypse, like a bigger supporting role, like not just a supporting role, but a bigger supporting role in X-Men Apocalypse, and cast Channing Tatum. That way the audience is like, oh my god, Channing Tatum has such a big role, and I really enjoyed his performance as Gambit, and then you make a standalone Gambit movie. That's when you have the general audiences really like just being excited about his performance, his presence as Gambit, and then people will want to see a standalone movie of Gambit. If you make a movie of Gambit right now, nobody will know who he is except for the X-Men fans, and that's not good enough for a bigger box office take. You're probably going to take in $100 million or a little bit more than that in the domestic box office, but they really need to hit it hard while the Marvel movies and the X-Men franchise is still hot. There's going to be a total of 9 X-Men movies by the time they make a second Wolverine movie. So I think that, they shouldn't just like jump the gun and just keep on releasing characters from the X-Men, boom, 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 keep on releasing them. That people get tired of that. All right, what they need to do is they need to introduce them slowly, just like what Warner Brothers is doing with the DC franchise, the Justice League franchise. They're bringing the characters in Batman versus Superman, and then they're making the solo movies for each individual character. And I think that's a way smarter move because you're going to get a bigger audience that way. All right, now making an X-Men Gambit movie is probably not going to cost a lot of money. Okay, Channing Tatum is not we're not talking about $20 million salary actor. Okay, he's still an actor that, in my personal opinion, he is a star. He's a superstar, but he doesn't have that box office star power like big movie stars. You know what I'm saying? Every single movie he's made has had some sort of gimmick on it, okay? And he's never really made a movie which is like him controlling the screen. It's always him and somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So, him and Jamie Foxx, White House Down, G.I. Joe Retaliation, him and The Rock, or rather him and the rest of the G.I. Joe, the franchise itself. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the films that he's made hasn't really jumped, to big box office craziness by himself. For example, 21 Jump Street, that was a huge financial success, but it's based off of something, and it also has Jonah Hill in it, okay? Magic Mike, yes, he was the star of the movie, but it was totally sold based on, on skin. So it's all very gimmicky. So, I find that for X-Men Gambit to work, they really need to bring in Channing Tatum in X-Men Apocalypse as Gambit, and then there you have it. That's all I gotta say in this video. I just want to express my thoughts and feelings and opinions about the fact that Lawrence Schuller Donner really wants to make a Gambit movie, but with Channing Tatum. I'm excited for that. I want to see that. I think it'll be good, but I think they should release it after they've casted Channing Tatum as Gambit in X-Men Apocalypse. That's all I gotta say in this video. What do you guys think of Channing Tatum playing Gambit? I think we're due for a Gambit movie because he is a really cool character, and they should throw in Nightcrawler in the mix just for the heck of it. It'll be awesome. Let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comment section below. As always, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like me on Facebook, The Ragin Nation. Also follow me on Twitter at Ragin Nation. Stay tuned for Super Bowl because we're going to be getting a amazing Spider-Man 2 Super Bowl TV ad. I've already seen part 1 of it, and part 2 is coming on game day. All right, I'll see you next time. Peace. Let me tell you something. They look pretty cool. Now they look kind of, you can see there's that alien reptile influence there. They don't look like the previous